All right. Thank you for checking out Two Guys and One Album. Today we are going to be reviewing Little Simz. Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. Released earlier this year. So about Little Simz, I really know nothing about her. This is my first time ever listening to an album and even hearing the name about her. But she's a UK rapper. She's from London, England. And yeah, she has 4 albums already under her belt, and a bunch of like mixtapes and EPs and whatnot. But yeah, it's my first time ever hearing her. I'm sure it's your first time hearing her as well.
It's like my second time actually.
Oh, okay.
I've heard a little bit off of her last album, Gray Area.
Okay.
But that came out in 2019.
Yeah.
But just a little bit, and mainly because I had seen Fantano liked it, and I checked it out, forgot about it, but now I've been hearing a lot of good things about this album.
Yeah.
So
same. That's the reason, because I think this album came out during the whole Kanye and Drake, fiasco.
yeah, it just came out. It's still on September 3rd.
September 3rd.
So it just barely came out.
And I just saw a bunch of people that are like, who cares about the whole Kanye and Drake thing? They're like, people should start checking this album out. That's how I got put onto it.
Yeah, but even though I heard a little bit of her, and then 2 years later, this album's out, and I didn't know what to expect. I think of a UK rapper, and I already have a mental image and sound in my head of what it's supposed to sound, especially if it's, a woman rapping. I'm like, all right, I didn't know what to go into, but man, I was blown away instantly by the production.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We've talked about this, so we could just start talking about the production. Overall, throughout the whole album, it looks like it's entirely produced by her producer, Inflo. I've done a little bit of research trying to find about him. He's worked with Michael. Oh my goodness, I'm like it. Nah. He doesn't do a lot of work. He doesn't have a lot of stuff out in like Wikipedia or even out there. But man, I loved pretty much the production throughout the whole project, dude. From the beginning song, Introvert, it's like a very, man, you couldn't have a better intro to this album.
It's very triumphant.
Yeah, with like an orchestra, like a...
Yeah, like the way it builds.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how like the production throughout the whole album is. It's very, I've never heard of Inflow, but yeah, like very first thing when I first heard it, when I heard Introvert, the production already just got me. I was like, whoa, this is interesting. Like it's so cinematic.
But very clean, very hip hop, very not what I was expecting from a UK sound. Like, who are you, guy? Come over here and produce for some of my favorite rappers. Like,
I know.
There's some instances where I got some sort of like, man, let me find that song. It was like a Kanye. It was a song where she was just rapping throughout the song.
Two Worlds Apart. That one, I really like that production because it has a soul sample.
Yeah,
it's a Smokey Robinson sample.
Oh yeah.
And she like chopped, or like the person Inflo, is it a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy, he like chopped up like that little sample, but that beat is so smooth, and then she's just rapping on it. Like she has this smooth flow on it. It's like one of my favorite songs on there. I love that beat.
Yeah, on that song, she's because from Introvert, it's all about. I'm not gonna get into that song. Yeah, let's talk about the production. That song, I didn't know if it was a feature with somebody, because it features on the credits. It features Smokey Robinson, of course.
Yeah,
but it's just a sample, right?
Yeah.
So, but
that's just a sample.
It sounds like one of those very old Kanye beats that you used to love, where he was just like
doing his like soul thing. Yeah.
So,
It's such a great beat like that. Even like a song like Rolling Stone, where like there's like a beat switch up, like and it has a very like trappy kind of like style. Like that shit bumps.
Yeah, I wonder if that's produced by him too. Let me find out, because
it's produced by 2 people, Inflow and Jack Bob.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that song, in the middle of the album, she just throws like a little switch up to the sound, and it started already kind of different from the beginning, but right at halftime, that switch up to just straight trap. Her flow was some sort of like reminded me like a Doja Cat type of thing, but what I don't know. It was good. It was nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, production. Like, for me, production was just like a big standout. Like I think like the first 3 times I heard this album, I was just amazed by the production. I just kept like, I was just feeling the vibe of it, just hearing, because there's so many layers, and I don't know. Like, this info person, like this person is killing on the production.
Yeah. So before we discredit Little Simz, like you said, yeah, I think the production just has a lot to do with it, but it's because they work so well together to where they just flow so nicely, and they help this project become even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's start talking about the album, dude, because yeah, production overall is just fantastic, man. Just that soul hip hop sound, and it's just
Yeah,
I don't know,
some parts
that's-
a bit jazzy. And
Yeah,
some is-
jazzy. I'm like, man, that's what made me like fall in love with hip hop when I started listening to hip hop, like for real. It's that soulful, like back when I got into the J. Cole's, the early Lupe, like
98s,
yeah, those
yeah.
types of beats, and man,
Even some of it sounds very like reggae in a sense, where it is very like tropical, very like dance.
yeah, that's towards the end of the album,
Yeah.
but that's because she's trying to portray her roots through her music too, because she's from Nigeria also, or
Yeah.
I don't know if she's born. No, she's not from there, but she's got
Her,
roots
her
and
parents. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Nigerian parents she has.
but I gotta talk about the beginning of the album. The beginning of the album is just that's what did it for me, because it started off great with Introvert, just a fantastic song. Woman is a pretty good song too, because the production is great on it. Very very cool. Just
She's just bigging up women. Just
yeah, she's just
throughout like all like, the
celebrating
misses.
people, all types of women from countries or places, or people she actually knows, and just a very celebratory woman for songs. But she's nice with the flows, and
Oh yeah, she is.
I don't know, she's really good at rapping, man. Like once I start getting into her lyrics and like the way she flows, I kind of had to, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a different little way that they speak, because it's from the UK. I would have done it with any other. I mean, I do it with any artist, anyways, especially now with a UK rapper. But man, she's nice with the flows.
Oh yeah, like her flow. Like I'm telling you, especially on that Two Worlds Apart, just the way she's flowing, because she kind of like slowed down her flow a bit.
Yeah,
And oh man, it sounds so good with that beat.
yeah. So
And she's rapping on that song. Like that song, she's rapping.
yeah. Like the first 2 songs, they were kind of conceptual within the being introvert, But the third song is just her, yeah, just rapping, just showing off. She even says it over here on Genius, that in this song she's just trying to flex, that after following a smooth, nice opening of the album, then she just goes straight to rapping. She wants to show people that, hey, you're listening to a rap album. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I think
That I'm nice with the bars, I'm nice
Yeah.
with the flows, and I could do this and that. Yeah. I feel like it's a good way. After like those first 2 tracks, you kind of get into that.
And then I Love You, I Hate You. I think it's another great track, man.
That's a really, really good track.
Yeah, that's a song where she's talking all about her relationship with her father.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the production in it too, it goes so smoothly with it. The way that I hate you, I love you,
yeah.
all throughout the song. She's going with that scheme where, on time she talks about how she hates or wants to hate him, but she understands how, she's very, throughout this album, she's very, I wouldn't want to say the word woke, but she's very aware of everything and other people's struggles and how it all affects the way they act. And she's very forgiving, and she's just like she knows exactly where she's at. She knows, she shows us like in her insecurities through her career, music life, but also like she's aware of it. So she's also very like goal oriented. She says it all through her album too. So she's, man.
Yeah, cause
She's like a mixture of like she knows she's good with it, but you know everybody has their doubts.
the flaws.
Yeah, but she's also knows that she's making dope ass music, and that's still there's where a part where she's talking about like I got this whole catalog saved somewhere, you know, like if I released it, like it'll be over, some type of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so when she gets to rap, I like that song because she was just like, you know, braggadocious rap that you would expect any rapper to have, but in her perspective, it was pretty dope. Man, I just talked too much. What do you think about that? I hate you, I love you.
No, it's a really good track. Yeah, just you know, like you were saying, her dealing with like her like relationship with the father, but like, I mean, just it's very personal. Like it's a very like again, like I don't know much about her, so it's good to hear, you know, like somebody trying to like you know be personal. So it kind of lets me into her world, like who she is, what she's dealing with. So I really liked it. Smooth beat. Really thing. But like next, what Lil Q? That's where she's just like talking from like the perspective of like I believe it's her cousin,
Yeah.
who almost like died. Basically, it's such a sad song in a sense.
Yeah, it's a sad.
It's a really
It's
sad
like
song.
it's a very good song too. I like it. It's like a very reminds me of like her J. Cole's storytelling, you know, because she stepped into her cousin's viewpoint in her
Yeah.
life, and then she told the story as that, and it was really well done. For a moment before I knew she was talking about her cousin, I was like, "Damn, you got stabbed in the chest." I thought I thought it was a story from her. I'm like, "Oh, you really had it." But either way, like you know, she's telling this other perspective, this other view.
Yeah. It's just something. Another thing. I don't listen to a lot of like UK rap, so it's just another thing just to show, you know, what London, you know, like the struggles of London.
Exactly. Like, man, I love how hip hop this album is. But you know, with the sound that we hear, we tend to hear a lot of stories of like the streets or the struggles of people that do hip hop, mostly like New York or you know people that tell us
Cali,
you know
Atlanta.
yeah very hip hop, very you get where they coming from. Yeah, and then we hear their perspective, their you know their struggles, all on the other side of the world, expressed through hip hop. Like
It's a beautiful thing.
like nicely done too. It's
Yeah,
like,
super nicely
it's like,
done.
Yo, like yeah, like
Because it's a great story that she's
Yeah,
telling. But
I don't know
It's
if-
such like a sad thing. I'm listening. I'm like, damn. Like
yeah, like I don't know shit about UK, but like,
I don't. Yeah.
but like,
They.
yeah, I'm glad somebody's able to tell it in a good visual music representation, and it's a chick. Meanwhile, all these UK rappers are talking about do.
But she also has some love songs here too. Like I See You. It's a love track. That's a really great track. Really like the beat is really smooth and she's just smooth with it. I think this is where, if I'm not mistaken, like towards the like her second verse, she kind of like switch up her flow and kind of like does it like.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
she's going pretty slow like throughout the whole time, but then like she kind of like switches it up and kind of goes a bit
yeah,
quicker. And I was like, ooh.
more of the that quick flow.
Yeah, I was just like, ooh, like it just sounded really nice.
Yeah, I think the song is just all about being in love and
Yeah, it's you know, it's just your love track, but
yeah.
you know, just from her perspective, her point of view,
yeah, that was nice.
I really like that one. But Rolling Stone, I do want to talk like that one. Oh man, I really like this one.
Is that your favorite song of it?
It's one of my favorite songs. Just her flow on it, and as soon as I heard this, like the beginning production and how she was flowing, it reminded me so much of Danny Brown. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's off like the one of his albums, the Atrocity Extrabitious, that album. Just how she's flowing that beat, it reminded me so much of like Danny Brown. But I just loved her flow, and then once that beat switched up, I'm like, man, I'm rocking with this beat. Such a good track.
No, it is a good song. I'm telling you, I mean, it hit me by surprise by just the sound of it. Just from the beginning of the beat, I knew it wasn't still fully trap, but I knew it wasn't gonna be that soulful sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was nice with it. And once that trap hit, I was like, yeah. Like,
yeah, it just hits because it had like these weird like keys, dude. Like I don't know, it had these weird keys going along with that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with this. This shit's nice.
Yeah.
And then
So
her flow, ooh, she's nice with the flow.
okay, so that Rolling Stone is track 12. So this song does have 19 tracks. It's got a couple skits, so not skits, interludes. So it really not that many songs. But Rolling Stone, great song, still to the trap. But by the next song, Protect My Energy, it took like a different. You could tell you're going towards the end of the
Yeah,
album.
because I think that was her singing, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
that
a
one.
very pop type of song. Very I don't know. It's a really well made song, but
It is.
from that point, like I don't know, the album takes another turn. So
It
it's
becomes more dance.
yeah.
Like,
So that song I honestly didn't care too much for. I feel like it could even be a pop record, like a hit or something.
I think so. I could hear this being
And
played
yeah,
in the club or radio. It's a very nice track.
Yeah, it's a very nice track. She's very nice at singing too, so definitely very good. But I just like, for me personally, all when she was rapping and all of that. But Point and Kill, I do really like that song.
Oh, okay, yeah. She has a music video out for
Yeah,
that.
so that's like her third single, like the one that dropped right before her album, third or
Okay.
fourth. Don't quote me, but it's right before the album, and so
I do like that track.
yeah, that was a very Caribbean
Yeah.
sounding. I say Caribbean, but that's because what I hear when I hear that sound. But I'm sure that comes from her Nigerian roots. But that's why I liked it. It's like very dancey, very Caribbean. Even some parts where like the beat, it sounded to me like a cumbia, dude. Don't tell, like I know I'm not tripping. So it's just, to me it was cool. I'm like, this is music influenced by probably Nigerian music. And there's some elements that do, to me, I swear to you, it sounded like some cumbia, but in a good way. I was like, it's just catchy, dancey. I'm like-
Yeah.
and so
I do like that track. Just the hook, yeah. I love the beat to it. It's a great track. And okay. So the second to last track, How Did You Get Here?
oh yeah.
That song reminds me so much of Drake, like a Take Care. Just like when I heard because I think it's like a piano like playing. When I hearing the beat, I'm like, yo, this sounds like straight from Take Care. And then her flow sounds like a Drake flow. But I do like that song.
No, it is a nice song. Yeah, she's back to rapping again towards the very end of the album, and that's a very good song for an outro. The title says it itself. How do I get here? She talks about the beginning of her life until this point, kind of shouting out all the people that have helped her, and up to this point. What's another song we could talk about?
I do want to talk about the interlude gems.
Yeah.
I think I think that's the one where she's kind of like telling you like a message, or I think she's telling herself, but it's also like letting other people know to, like, take your time, relax. You don't have to keep working too hard, in a sense.
Yeah, it's a great.
She's dropping gems on you.
Yeah, it's a great interlude. It's
And it's so smooth too.
yeah,
Like,
because it's like dreamy. Like you got this voice talking to you, and then it's her like doubting herself. All these insecurities, but it's also like, I don't know how to say, but it's very inspirational. It's like, all right.
no, it is. But yeah, I don't know if you have any other tracks you want to talk about.
No, I mean, I think this album is just really, really good.
It is a good album.
To me, towards the end, it just, since it took a different route sonically, it's still very good to listen from front to end. But I do love all the very hip hop inspired songs, and she's very. There's a lot of personal stories throughout this album. She shows a lot of her insecurity.
All right, overall, overall on the album.
Overall, fantastic project. I'm glad we somehow ended up listening to this. I really needed a good album to listen to. I'm glad. So, great album. To me, just a couple tracks that didn't meet my personal likes because of they're just not as hip hop, but overall, terrific. My three favorite songs are Introvert, Speed, which we barely even talked about, where she's just rapping, and Point and Kill.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts?
overall, yeah, I'm glad we got to check out this album. Again, I've never heard of her or anything about her. I don't listen to a lot of UK rap either, so this was a great, I don't know, just album to listen to from a UK rapper, especially a woman. Yeah, I'm glad to listen to it. I really enjoyed it. This is an album I will want to purchase. Again, there's probably some tracks maybe kind of towards the end that I personally wasn't feeling, but overall, I really did enjoy it. Yeah, it's a great album. I will be re-listening to, and
And y'all should check it out too.
for sure, yeah,
See what y'all think.
yeah. This is an album I would recommend to people. But yeah, my three favorite tracks: Two Worlds Apart, Rolling Stone, and Point and Kill.
Good choices. Great songs. Check them out. Check out our socials, please. Thank you for checking us out. We really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up everywhere that has thumbs up. Subscribe on YouTube. We are two guys, one album. And the album was I Might Be Introvert by Little Simz.
Sometimes I might be
Sometimes
introvert.
I might be introvert.
'Cause sometimes we are. All right, peace. Peace.